How's it going, you sexy beast? The beginning part of the medic update has been put up onto the public test server for all eyes to see, and so far, it is really bland. If you're curious about how to get onto the public test server, you can check it out by clicking that video annotation or by following the link in the description below. As I've stated, this is a test server, so everything within the video is completely subject to change. I just want to show you guys the first iterations of these items and give my humble opinion on them. Also, just to keep in line with SOE's track record, most of these items will make it into the game in their current state and be balanced depending on the community later on. Case in point, look at the ESF update. Typically, whenever a new weapon is put onto the public test server, its statistics are in its final form, though its art may not be fully complete. In this example, we don't have any audio for the new rifles as of yet. So let's go ahead and talk about these new assault rifles coming with a medic update. These include the NC9 A-TROSS for the new Conglomerate, the Torque 9 for the Terran Republic, and the Terminus VX9 for the Vanar Sovereignty. We'll go ahead and start off with the best faction, the new Conglomerate. The A-TROSS is a Reaper DMR with a slower rate of fire, faster bullet velocity, and higher magazine capacity. So it fires at 469 rounds per minute, deals 200 damage per shot, has a 30-round magazine, and a 2.1 second short reload with a 3.15 second long reload. The NC already have a better 200 damage rifle and could easily be offset by using an extended magazine attachment if there was one, instead of implementing the same freaking gun with 6 more bullets in the mag and shooting 31 rounds per minute slower. This weapon fills no new role and really does not belong in the game, but I'm assuming SOE is putting in their minimal effort to get another $7 gun onto the market. On to the Terran Republic and their new Torque 9 assault rifle. It's a Lynx that shoots slower. It deals 125 damage maximum, fires at 857 rounds per minute, 40 round magazine, 2.125 second short reload, 2.92 second long reload. It has 112 minimum damage at 55 meters as opposed to the Lynx's 100 minimum damage out at 50 meters. I feel as if the Cycler TRV is already far superior to the Torque 9, in which this new rifle, just like the A-TROSS from the new Conglomerate, fills no new role and has zero creativity thrown into it, since it's literally the same model as the Rhino, but with a shorter barrel and different magazine. The Cycler TRV would be a better weapon in extreme close quarters, but the TAR still reigns king over the TRV or the Torque. Lastly, we have the Vanar Sovereignty and their new Terminus VX9. If you're curious about what this weapon is, it's a worse version of the Terran Republic Saber 13 burst fire rifle. The Terminus has the near exact same stats as the extremely widely used CME rifle, but with a lower bullet velocity and a slower reload speed, while also locking you into a 2-round burst. It deals 143 damage per shot as opposed to the Saber 13's 167 damage per shot, 30 rounds in the magazine, 2.35 second short reload speed, and a 2.65 second long reload speed. Like I said, I still think this is a crappier version of the Saber 13 with worse stats than the CME. If SOE gives it the 167 damage model, then I would love this rifle. But in its current form, just like the other two rifles planned, the Terminus fills no new role and is extremely lackluster. We're also getting a new common pool shotgun, which is the Nanite Systems Baron G5. This is a semi-automatic shotgun that deals 100 damage per pellet, shoots 7 pellets, has a 6-round magazine, and a rechamber time of 0.55 seconds. This shotgun is apparently designed as a tube magazine-fed semi-automatic designed to reach a further range than the first generation semi-automatic shotguns. The Baron deals a total of 700 damage maximum if all pellets land, whereas the first generation shotguns deal 804 total, despite 1 less pellet in comparison to the new shotgun. This weapon is pretty interesting. It's a tube-fed magazine, so you have to reload each shell individually instead of just putting in a new mag. It has a slightly higher muzzle velocity compared to Gen 1 semi-auto shotties, so the only reason I could see this weapon being in the game is for a strong slug ammunition weapon. Otherwise, the model and texturing is very bland, and the weapon does not come with any unique animations either, so I don't know. I guess the only reason to pick this up if you want a cross-faction semi-automatic shotgun, but, you know, everybody gets a free shotgun now anyway. Enough of new weapons. What's being given to the combat medic to swap up how they're played in combat? Well, the Nano Regen device, also known as the Green Mage Gas, is being given an alternative. This comes in the form of the Regeneration Field, a deployable, much like the Motion Spotter, that slowly regenerates the shields of any soldier standing within its maximum 7-meter radius. This also includes enemies. The Shield Regeneration Field is a deployable that does not have a limit to be held, so you can place one down whenever you may need it, though you may only have one down at a time. The actual shield generation has no delay, which will cause you to continually regenerate your shields while standing within the radius. This sounds awesome, as it will allow you to soak up a lot more damage if used in conjunction with Nanoweave armor. Only downside to using this is you will not be able to autonomously regenerate your health forever. Might make medics actually pick up the medical kits for the utility slot instead of solely running C4. At least this will throw a wrench in the cogs to help break up the monotony of combat medic loadouts, and this is by far my favorite addition to the medic update. The last thing there is to talk about are some cosmetics. The first batch of flashlight covers and laser sight variants have been put onto the Underboss and the Commissioner, and they're pretty interesting. Currently, we have a few standard decals that can be placed on top of the flashlight to project an image out where the beam typically lies. These each cost $5 in their current form, and are unlocked on a per weapon basis. That's my main gripe. It's $5 to unlock a decal for your flashlight that can only be used on the weapon you've purchased it for. Say for example, you spend the full $5 and buy a full spectrum flashlight decal for your Commissioner's flashlight. You will not be able to place that flashlight decal on, say, your crossbow's flashlight, or any other weapon for that matter. These look rather neat, but sadly, that's about it. They hold the same functionality as the standard flashlight, but just with a decal overlaid on it. Also, we have some laser sight variants. These include gold, pink, and white colorations. These look rather neat, especially the gold version, and would love to see these not being weapon specific. There you have it, you sexy beasts, the upcoming medic update currently available on the public test server. What are your thoughts on the new weapons? Are you going to be picking them up the moment they're released, or are you skipping over them entirely? Let me know in the comment section below. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video or found it informative, and if you did, please give it a big ass thumbs up. It helps a ton. If you'd like to see more videos like these in the future, go ahead and subscribe. It's free!